What if I told you that the hardest season of your life wasn't a punishment? What if it was actually a promotion in disguise? See, most people go through their darkest moments thinking God forgot about them, thinking they did something wrong, thinking they're being left behind, while everyone else moves forward. But here's the truth nobody talks about. The hardest tests are only given to the strongest students. And if you've been through hell recently, if you've cried in silence, if you've questioned everything, if you've felt completely invisible, then stay right here, because what I'm about to share with you might just change the way you see everything you've been going through. These are the 3 signs that you have already passed your hardest test. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to look back at your pain completely differently. Let's start with the most powerful sign of all. You're still here. Sounds simple, right? But think about what that actually means. There were nights you didn't think you'd make it through. There were moments the weight felt so heavy you couldn't breathe. There were times you genuinely asked yourself, is it even worth it anymore? And yet, here you are. That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That is resilience that was built inside of you during every single one of those dark nights. See, most people don't realize that surviving a storm is actually proof that you were built for something greater. Trees that survive hurricanes don't just survive, they come out with deeper roots. And so did you. Every time life knocked you down and you got back up, even slowly, even painfully, even barely, you were passing the test. You were proving to yourself and to God that you are unbreakable. So the next time someone asks you what your greatest achievement is, don't just think about your wins. Think about the moments you had every reason to quit and didn't. Here's the second sign, and this one is subtle. Most people miss it completely. You've started to see things. Think back to who you were before this season of struggle. Think about what used to bother you. Think about the things you used to chase, the people you used to let define your worth, the situations that used to completely destroy your peace. Now ask yourself honestly, do those same things still hit the same way? Probably not. And that right there, that's growth. That's transformation. That is the mark of someone who passed the test. Because here's what the hardest seasons of life actually do. They recalibrate your entire system. They strip away the surface level stuff and force you to come face to face with what actually matters. Your priorities shift. Your circle gets smaller, but stronger. Your tolerance for nonsense drops to 0. Your hunger for peace, for purpose, for something real, it skyrockets. You stop chasing things that don't align with where God is taking you, and you start recognizing your own worth in ways you never could before. That shift in perspective, that quiet internal transformation that happened while you were just trying to survive, that was the whole point. The test was never really about the external situation. It was always about who you would become because of it. And now, we get to the third sign, the one that's going to blow your mind. Things are starting to move, maybe not in the way you expected, maybe not in the timeline you planned, but if you pay close enough attention, you'll start to notice it. A door that wouldn't budge is suddenly cracking open. A connection you never saw coming just walked into your life. A feeling deep in your gut that something is shifting, that something big is on the horizon. That feeling isn't your imagination. That's your spirit recognizing what your eyes can't fully see yet. See, here's how blessings work. They don't announce themselves loudly. They don't show up with a marching band and a countdown clock. They move quietly in the background while you're still in the middle of your test. And the moment you pass, the moment you stop fighting it and fully surrender, the floodgates open. Think about a seed planted in the ground for weeks. Nothing. No sign of life. No proof that anything is happening. And then one day, a tiny green shoot breaks through the soil. Was the seed dead before that moment? Absolutely not. It was growing the entire time. Underground, unseen, preparing for the moment it would break through. That's you right now. You have been growing underground, in the dark, in the silence, and the breakthrough. The moment you finally break through the surface, it's closer than you think. So let me ask you something before you go. Which one of these 3 signs hit you the hardest today? Was it sign number 1? The reminder that you're still here, and that alone is proof of your strength. Was it sign number 2? The realization that you are not the same person you were before this season, and that your perspective has completely changed? Or was it sign number 3? That quiet, undeniable feeling that something is finally starting to move in your life. Whatever it was, I want you to hold on to it, because you didn't stumble across this video by accident. You needed this reminder today, and now that you have it, Don't you dare give up. Your hardest test is behind you. Your greatest chapter is ahead. If this message spoke to your soul today, drop a "I passed the test" in the comments below. Let the world know where you're standing, and share this with one person, just one, who is still in the middle of their storm and needs to know that it won't last forever. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for someone is simply let them know they're going to make it. Think back to who you were before this season of struggle. Think about what used to bother you. Think about the things you used to chase, the people you used to let define your worth, the situations that used to completely destroy your peace. Now ask yourself honestly, do those same things still hit the same way? Probably not. And that right there, that's growth. That's transformation. That is the mark of someone who passed the test. Because here's what the hardest seasons of life actually do. They recalibrate your entire system. They strip away the surface level stuff and force you to come face to face with what actually matters, your priorities.